Yan, welcome back sa ating channel. Ating talakayin dito, no, makikinig tayo rito kung ano ba nangyari dito sa impeachment, no? Dahil ito nga ay madidelay. Madidelay. Imbis na June 2 ngayon, ngayong araw na ito, June 2, ay magiging June 11 na. Kaya ating pakinggan ito kung ano talaga ang mangyayari.
Support the position that the impeachment trial shall continue until final judgment.
Kung pwede ba, o dapat ba, mag-carry over yung impeachment process mula sa 19th Congress hanggang sa 20th Congress.
Ayan, no?
How would we now react to the receipt of the articles of impeachment last February 5, 2025? Tigger Martin, copy furnished to all of the senators, copy furnished all of the senators as well as Vice President Sara Duterte. This is the issue where
Halata, no?
the impeachment complaint submitted by the House of Representatives to the Senate last February 5, 2025 can cross over to the Senate of the 20th Congress. Well, Mr. President and my dear colleagues, doubts have been publicly expressed.
Alam nyo, marami sa ating mga kababayan talaga na hindi alam ang mga ganitong klaseng mga usapin tungkol sa impeachment. Kasi kung eksperto ka rito, marami ka talagang alam. Diba? Totoo yan. Kasi kung wala kang alam, nananahimik ka na lang at kung ano na lang meron, yun na lang ang mangyayari. Pero kung ikaw ay talagang tutok ka rito sa mga ganitong political usapin, marami kang malalaman. Diba? Kung nakikialam ka. Pero kung hindi ka nakikialam, goodbye ka. No? Goodbye ka. Wala ka talagang alam sa Pilipinas. Kailangan makikialam ka bilang isang Pilipino. Diba? Kasi may yan. Totoo yan. Kasi kung hindi ka nakikialam, wala kang pakialam. Yun na rin yun.
By certain personalities whether the trial of the impeachment complaint against the Vice President can continue or cross over into the 20th Congress. I wish to share and put on the record some of my thoughts on this particular issue. Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 6 of the Philippine Constitution provides that, and I quote, the Senate shall have the sole power to try and decide all cases of impeachment. Hence, this provision makes the Senate not just an impeachment court, but the impeachment court. An impeachment proceeding is sui generis, that is, unique or a class of its own. In Republic v. Sereno, it is described as a proceeding exercised by the legislative as representatives of the sovereign to vindicate the breach of the trust reposed by the people in the hands of the public officer by determining the public officer's fitness to stay in office. While the form, procedure, and substantive arguments in impeachments remind us of a court trial, it also has the characteristics of a political process. The decision-making process in impeachment is not governed by any fixed or binding standard of proof, allowing for broad discretion on the part of the members of the impeachment court when they make their final decision on the case. The decision-makers or the members of the impeachment court can use any standard of proof they want, and this choice will not be subject to any review by any court, except the court of public opinion, which is not technically a court. This fact gives the impeachment proceedings its political character. Hence, to better understand the sui generis impeachment proceedings, we need to look for analogies using well-known principles and practices in other systems which are applicable to impeachment proceedings. As to the question of whether the impeachment trial conducted by the Senate in the 19th Congress, the impeachment complaint entertained by the Senate in the 19th Congress can cross over and continue into the 20th Congress, there is no provision in the 1987 Constitution or in the Senate Rules of Procedure on impeachment trials that expressly prohibits this. On the contrary, the Senate Rules on Impeachment support the position that the impeachment trial shall continue until final judgment, even if it is necessary to continue into the next Congress. Let me read the rules. Rule number 3. Upon presentation of the articles to the Senate shall specify the date and time for the consideration of such articles. Unless the Senate provides otherwise, it shall continue in session from day to day, except Saturdays, Sundays, and non-working holidays, until final judgment shall be rendered, and so much longer as may in its judgment be necessary. There is a contrary opinion that the rules of the Senate mandate that all pending matters and proceedings shall terminate upon the expiration of one Congress should take precedence over the cited rules on impeachment. which state that the trial shall continue until final judgment. The justification for the precedence given to the rules of the Senate is that the latter were passed by virtue of the power granted by the Constitution to the Senate to promulgate its rules. That is found in Article 6, Section 16, Paragraph 3, which provides each House may determine the rules of its proceedings. However, the Senate rules on impeachment were also passed by virtue of the power granted by the same Constitution to the Senate to promulgate its rules on impeachment. So, let us all look at Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 8, which provides the Congress shall promulgate its rules on impeachment to effectively carry out the purpose of this section. In fact, there should be no conflict between the two rules because the rules of the Senate apply to legislative proceedings of the Senate, while the rules on impeachment apply to cases of impeachment. On this issue, the Supreme Court in the case of Pimentel Jr. versus Joint Committee of Congress ruled that the legislative functions of the 12th Congress may have come to a close upon the final adjournment of its regular sessions on June 11, 2004. But this does not affect its non-legislative functions. Conducting impeachment trials is most definitely not a legislative function. In fact, the section in the Constitution which speaks of impeachment is found in Article 11 under the title Accountability of Public Officers and not under Article 6, which is titled the Legislative Department. Conduct of impeachment trials, therefore, should not be affected by the final adjournment of the legislative session. Furthermore, we can use the analogy of the court system. Under the 1987 Constitution, the Senate is the impeachment court. The Senate in impeachment cases is more like a judicial body than a legislative one. Just like a court, workload, caseload, or docket of the Senate as the impeachment court.
Alam mo, sa totoo lang, yung natakil nila na to, maraming hindi nakakaalam yan. Totoo yan. Maraming hindi talaga nakakaalam yan. No? Sila lang naman nakakaalam dyan. Pero dahil nga naurong pa rin ang impeachment na ito, wala pa rin nagawa. No? Kahit anong pang usapin dyan. Diba? Kumbaga, ito ay paliwanag na lang nila. No? Wala pa rin nagagawa. Dahil kung ito ay talagang tinuloy na ngayong araw na ito, sana alam na natin. Pero dahil sa nagpapaliwanagan pa yan sila, siguro kung ano-ano mga kapwa nila dyan, dahil hindi naman talaga hindi nating eksperto ang mga ganyan, malalaman na lang natin. No? Malalaman na lang natin sa itong darating na June 7 kasi mahirap talaga intindihin. Mahirap talaga intindihin. No?
Will not and should not be affected by a change in membership. We can see this principle in action in all our courts and electoral tribunals, where their case dockets do not change and are not reduced or reset to zero whenever there are changes in the court's membership. Likewise, it is well settled that jurisdiction once acquired is not lost but continues until the case is terminated and hopefully terminated to its logical end. Hence, it is my humble opinion that the trial of the current impeachment case, now pending before the Senate of the 19th Congress, can cross over or continue from the 19th Congress to the 20th Congress. The impeachment docket of the Senate Impeachment Court continues and remains to be the same. Thank you very much, Mr. President, and colleagues for your time.
Dapat ganun, tuloy-tuloy, no?
Senator Coco Pimentel, our distinguished minority floor leader. Although that was only a manifestation, I am willing to entertain questions if should there be any questions. With the permission of the Honorable Pimentel, the gentleman may proceed. Thank you, historical. The gentleman agreed that the reason why decision constitutionalists, textualists, for that matter, on this issue is that the Constitution is silent as to the word very open, spoken. Pero kung nakalagay sa Constitution, sa Ligang Batas ng Pilipinas, 1935, 1973, 1987, very open. Mr. President, I will respond directly to the question. Wala pong nakasulat doon that it shall carry over. At pero binanggit ko sa ating manifestation, wala talaga rin nakasulat doon that it cannot cross over. So in effect, let us say textually, both positions are not even mentioned or entertained in the Constitution. Mr. President, sa ngayon po kaya ang ating ginagalang ng minority? Kaya dahil
dahil walang carry-over notion ay dahil malaki po ang pagkakaiba. Big difference between the 1987 Constitution and the 1935 Constitution, which was patterned after the United States Constitution. And I would like to have this placed on the records, Mr. President. Sa US Constitution, 100 po ang senador. At nag-i-election po every 2 years ng 33 senators. Ang naiiwan pong senador sa Estados Unidos pag nag-i-election ay 67. Because 67 plus 33 is 100.
100.
67 is sufficient to comply with the provision of the US Constitution to convict in an impeachment case. Dahil 2/3 po yun ay 66. Sobra pang isa. Sa ating pong saligang batas noong 1935, susunod, ang ating pong senador, umuwi ng impeachment court ay 24. Balik, Mr. President, in the 1935 Constitution, ang eleksyon po natin ay 8, 8, 8. Eleksyon ng senador, ang i-elect na senador kasama sa mga kongresista ay 8 senador lamang. May iwan po ay 16. 16 is 2/3. Enough to have a quorum as well as to convict. In our present constitutional scheme, 1987 Constitution, we also have 24 senators, but we conduct elections every 3 years for 12 senators. Meaning to say, Mr. President, may iwan kalahati na 12, not sufficient to constitute a quorum, el 12 dapat 13, much more convict. Because to convict, you need 16 senators, Mr. President. Is it now the proposition of the good minority leader that the constitutional spirit as enshrined in the 1935 Constitution, the same as the spirit prevailing, although it is not as admitted by the good minority leader, textually enshrined, the same as the 1935. Ibig sabihin po ba yung 12 ay may quorum? Yung 12 ay may pwedeng maging 2/3 to allow your notion that we can carry over at yung sikat na yung salita, maitawid. Tama po ba yun?
Ako, Mr. President, yung 2/3 kasi is, I believe that was probably just the decision of the framers of the Constitution. They could have made it 1+1, they could have made it 3/4. So it's maybe by accident that 2/3 is equal to 8 plus 8 is 16 is 2/3 of 24. But I do not think that was really the point, Mr. President. But at any rate, we have to live with the 1987 Constitution. So we look at the 1987 Constitution. And looking at the 1987 Constitution, the Senate is the impeachment court, not because it is the Senate created under Article 6, because it was recognized to be the court under Article 11. The framers could have chosen another body to be the court that is theoretically present, but it chose the Senate not as a legislative body, as a part of Congress, but not as a legislative body. So, yun po yung aking pagkaintindi. We have to live with the 1987 Constitution. We copied generally the idea siguro sa United States, but let's not be so not beholden to their practices and rulings kasi iba na rin po, iba talaga ang sitwasyon natin. And I think textually speaking, my position is supported that although we keep on saying Senate, but this is not Senate as the other half of Congress, but this is the Senate chosen under Article 11 to be the impeachment court. So iba po ito, and then may paragraph 8 doon, sinabi, Congress shall also issue the rules to give life to the accountability of public officers. So, and we have done that. So, ang aking stand actually is, the Senate as an institution is the impeachment court. So the member judges can change, but just like as a division of the Supreme Court, division of the Sandigan Bayan and the CA, if they change their members, yung docket nila or caseload nila, tuloy pa rin. They have to decide the cases and bring the cases to their logical conclusion. So that is my simplified position, Mr. President.
So one last question, Mr. President. See, ibig sabihin po ito, Mr. President, is that the Senate now, under the 19th Congress, is empowered, is authorized to confer a jurisdiction to another Senate, which would be forthcoming, Senate of the 20th Congress. So, ano po ba tayo under the Constitution to transfer pending business, or should it follow likewise? Using your logic, the traditional norm of having it refiled and reset starting from zero. Similar to the bills.
Yes, you know.
So, ano ko sabihin?
Parang ang hirap, no?
Prevent the 19th
Intindihin.
Congress from passing on the impeachment case, not just to the 20th Congress, but to the 21st Congress. And I implore the good minority leader that all the provisions mentioned a while ago, which are correct, should likewise be read together with the constitutional provision that there should be only one impeachment case filed per year against the same respondent.
Alam nyo ba, Mr. President, na yung rule na yung legislative workload natin ay magre-reset kada pag may bagong kongreso? Alam nyo ba na wala sa Constitution? Nasa rules natin yun. Ang rules natin promulgated natin because of the power given to us by the Constitution. But the Constitution does not specify that. Actually, we could have written na yung pumasa na ng third reading, itrato natin ang third reading na rin. We did not do it. So policy lang po yun na reset natin as far as legislative workload is concerned. Pagdating naman sa impeachment judicial workload of the Senate as an impeachment court, I propose or I give the interpretation that the case load remains. Ang nagbago lang are the member judges. Just like I think we can easily envision sa Supreme Court, nagbago divisions, CA divisions sa Sandigan Bayan, but the case load remains. So I think we can mentally separate the two kasi Article 6 yung legislative workload, Article 11 yung impeachment workload. So that would be my response, Mr. President.
But Mr. President, would not that prevent the other part of the two-step process? Two-step process because filed by the lower house, first received by the Senate, right? Jurors that right, not prevent the other part of the two-step process from initiating another complaint because there is now a case pending, which you say should be continued.
If the majority leader will allow me not to respond, but his question is very loaded and provides the hint of what can happen in the future.
Mr. President, I've taken too much time on this matter. I would relish interpolating the good minority leader even for 5 hours on this topic alone. But again, Mr. President, siguro mahaba na po ito. I stick again to my previous manifestation that if we will not be able to finish whether acquittal or conviction the present impeachment case against Vice President Sara Duterte before the lapse of the 19th Congress, the same is functionally dismissed or deemed de facto dismissed as President. Tinanong po, Mr. President, at ako po ay nagpapasalamat sa ating minority leader.
Thank you, Senator Dino. Please, Senator Pimentel. Mr. President, while I still have the floor, can I request for some information from the Senate President, especially regarding the impeachment calendar that is on issued because usually the first impeachment calendar was issued by the Senate President when we were already on break, Mr. President. Tama po yun. That is correct. So, Mr. President, maybe know when His Honor issued the first legislative calendar, impeachment calendar, which fixed June 2 as the time for receiving the House prosecutors. May we know the basis of the authority of the Senate President when he issued the first impeachment calendar? Article 1 of the impeachment rules, which says that the Senate President can set the date for the presentation of the articles of impeachment. Mention was made specifically of the Senate President. And also we were on recess. So the Senate President at that time, Your Honor, issued a suggested calendar of activities. I was very clear when I stated that. Subject to plenary approval when we resumed because you were already on recess at that time. The second notice sent by this representation was made also when we were on recess. And I also stated that it was subject to plenary approval and or reversal as the case may be given the load that we need to take up after the letter meeting. So yes, Mr. President, I noticed that no one from the majority was complaining about the original or initial impeachment calendar issued by the Senate President. So we were all looking forward to the
ito na, no? Tinatanong na ni Coco Pimentel yung tungkol sa June 2, no? Ayan na, ito na yun. Grabe, no? Lumulusot dito si Chiscudero. Lumulusot siya talaga.
Date where there should be some action on the impeachment, which is June 2. Yes, supposed to be. Kanina
June
4 o'clock the prosecutors from the House of Representatives should have appeared before us to read the articles of impeachment. But then this was changed. So from June 2, changed by the Senate President also, now it's June 11 at 4 p.m. So if the authority used to
amakin mo, 4 p.m. mag-uumpisa, hapon. Ilang oras lang yun. Dapat maaga sila nag-uumpisa hanggang hapon. Hapon sa mag-uumpisa. Ano na lang matitira nun? Di ba? Wala na. Wala na talagang matitira nun. Grabe.
To issue the original calendar was based on the fact that we were on break. Now that we are not on break, that the Senate President waited for 3 p.m. and then we discussed moving the June 2 4 p.m. to June 11 4 p.m. Because Your Honor, notice had to be given to the House with respect to the proposed change in schedule. And we could not decide on moving it after the House members are already here in the Senate. That was the reason behind it. That was His Honor's judgment call. Yes, Mr. President. Yes, sir. Just on another matter, Mr. President, yung appearance pa ng House prosecutors ay nasa Senate impeachment rules or you just took this from American practice? It is not in the rules that was lifted from American practice because what was done before was that the majority leader, the Senate majority leader was the one that read the articles of impeachment that was referred to the committee on rules that triggered the convening of the impeachment court. When we researched on it, we thought it was more proper, given that we should have no part in it, in the impeachment trial, in the prosecution of the impeachment case, that the prosecutors should themselves read the articles of impeachment, as is the practice in the United States where we lifted most of our impeachment rules. So it's an innovation. But although, had we done it, I don't think it would be fatal or make the proceedings infirm. So it's just not, to use the term of the majority leader, textually required under the existing Senate impeachment rules. No, what was required by our rules, if at all, was the referral of the impeachment complaint in plenary. Because mere filing with the Secretary General does not often by itself operate as the receipt by the Senate in plenary, given that, as with any communication, it has to be referred in plenary, officially by the Senate as a body. Mr. President, with the permission, it's your pleasure, sir.
Would the loaded question of the good minority leader, if decoded, would mean that should the presentment be made before the Senate sitting as a plenary, or should the presentment be made before the Senate constituted as an impeachment court? Ayun po yung tanong niyo.
It was a Senate President who researched on American practice. How do they do it in the United States?
Plenary, Your Honor, is not as an impeachment court because again, mere receipt by the section does not operationalize or start the process of impeachment. Any communication, and that is a communication from the House, must be referred by plenary to the appropriate committee for proper action. That in turn will now trigger, if at all, the convening of the impeachment court, where the regular processes would now be followed, such as the issuance of summons, etc., etc.
May we know the rule? May we know the specific rule? Is that in the rules or is that by practice? Costumbre.
Yan. Yan, sagutin mo
Under
yan.
Rule 3, Paragraph 2,
Sagutin mo.
upon presentation of the articles to the Senate, the Senate shall specify the date and time for the consideration of the articles.
Yes, well,
The articles need to be presented to the Senate.
yes, so your Honor is reading our Senate impeachment rules.
Yes.
Correct. So when we use the Senate in the Senate impeachment rules, we could be talking about the Senate as the impeachment court.
Yan.
We have, by virtue of the procedure in Articles 1 to 3, we have not yet convened the court, Your Honor. For example, succeeding rules in our impeachment rules, 4 onwards, would pertain to the Senate already as an impeachment court because that is already the trial proper beginning with the issuance of summons.
Mr. President, the second sentence already contradicts his Honor because it says, second sentence of the second paragraph of Rule 3, unless the Senate provides otherwise, it shall continue in session from day to day. Session na yan as court. Kasi
Dapat.
may final judgment eh.
Dapat.
Ano yun eh. So, when we use Senate in the Senate impeachment rules, we refer to the Senate as the court.
Sagutin mo.
Mr. President,
According to the Secretariat, Your Honor, the dividing line is when we take our oath as senator judges and convene as such. Because we will be wearing 2 hats, Your Honor. As senators, performing our legislative and legislative function, and as members of the impeachment court, performing our sui generis function. And these are 2 distinct, if at all, acts and functions that we will be performing. That's why we have to adjourn session and convene as an impeachment court, and vice versa if we want to revert back as a plenary.
Well, Mr. President,
Para practice lang.
Our staff can revisit. Ito yung sentence natin, second paragraph of Rule 3 of the Senate impeachment rules. Upon presentation of the articles to the Senate shall specify the date and time for the consideration of such articles. Unless the Senate provides otherwise, it shall continue in session from day to day until final judgment shall be rendered, and so much longer as may in its judgment be necessary. So, are we using the word Senate in one paragraph in 2 steps? One as Senate, legislative body, and the other as the court?
I believe so, Mr. President, Your Honor. But again, since these manifestations, also the manifestation made by our distinguished majority floor leader himself earlier, after these manifestations are made, these matters and these statements will be referred to the committee on
Hirap.
rules for them to look into it. We have time, Mr. President, Your Honor, to
Kumbaga dito, kino-question ni Coco Pimentel, kasi June 2 dapat talaga. No? Parang pinapractice yata to ni Chiscudero, pero marami daw ang nagbigay ng, pinaalam niya daw to sa iba, na pwede i-adjust ang petsa. Pero dapat sana, kung ang pinag-usapan ay June 2, dapat June 2 talaga. Yun ang kino-question niya ni Coco Pimentel. Lang, lumulusot talaga siya lumulusot Ano mahirap?
resolve this matter in due course in the next couple of days.
President,
Yes.
If I can direct this question to the good minority leader. The Senate, even if not acting as an impeachment court, pwede po bang tumanggap ng mga non-members of this chamber to speak or make a presentation? Di po ba naalala natin ng mga nakaraang panahon? Pupunta rito yung President of Vietnam, if I'm not mistaken, distinguished guests of this chamber are allowed to speak, not just honored. Ganun po ba yung sinasabi nyo? Are the members of the House, though constituted as panel of prosecutors, can they enter the Senate, this chamber, constituted as a plenary or as an impeachment court or both? Pag pinapayagan na sila. Baka ganun po siguro ang gusto malaman ng ating minority leader.
Just for the information of the majority leader, yung appearance of the House prosecutors before the Senate, kanina sa anong forum club, appeared in the impeachment calendar prepared by the Senate President.
Tama.
Hindi ako may idea nun. At saka, when we read our Senate impeachment rules, wala din dun yun.
So they will be appearing before an impeachment court.
That's why this is the request for information now. What did the Senate President have in mind when he scheduled this for June 2? And I think it's clearly, since 4 p.m. siya, it's clearly an appearance before Senate.
Yes.
The plenary session of the Senate.
Because the basis is U.S. practice. That is how they do it in the United States, where we lifted portions of our own impeachment rules. That's where it came from. Practice and precedents in the United States.
And per our legislative rules, we can waive the rules so that we allow
rules to allow it.
Diba dito, recently, nagsalita rin si former UN Secretary
South Korea.
Yes, UN Secretary General.
That can be
So we
allowed.
can do it, yes.
Again, that can be allowed. Again, plenary action is necessary, and the plenary will decide on this matter.
So just a few more requests for information, Mr. President. So, Mr. President, His Honor, around 4 days ago, sent notice that the June 2, 4 p.m. appearance of the House panel prosecutors will be moved to June 11, 4 p.m.
Yes.
So, okay. Now, what is now the calendar that His Honor has in mind? Kasi dati meron kang June 2, 4 p.m. appearance, then June 3, morning, we convene the Senate as an impeachment court. So, what is that? What is this convening now? Where is it now when you move the appearance to June 11?
Sabay na po, because by that time, by June 11, wala na rin po tayong hinahabol na kailangan i-second or i-approve kung meron man ratification na lamang ng mga bicameral conference committee reports. And we will be doing both at the same time.
Sabay-sabay na.
Iba to, the reading of the articles of impeachment, the referral to the committee on rules, the convening of the impeachment court, we would vote again the vote of the senator.
Isasabay-sabay niya sa June 11. Diba? Ganun kadali na lang ang usapin na yan. Ano mangyayari sa atin? Wala tayong alam. Oh. Wala tayong kaalam-alam kung ano maniobra nila dyan. Dahil sasabay-sabay na nila. Grabe, no? Parami na madali na.
The senator judges.
Grabe.
If at all again, all the senators in impeachment court would be to issue some requiring the respondent to answer within the next.
But where we sent notices na gano'n ang mangyayari.
Sorry?
Where the senator sent notices or informed that after the appearance of the House panel of prosecutors, there's a possibility that we will convene as a... Para ready kami.
Wala pa.
Wala pa po yung June 11.
Wala pa naman talaga kasi nung pinadala yung notice and it was addressed to the House that they will be presenting the articles of impeachment on that date. The notice insofar as the impeachment court itself is concerned, these discussions will be very helpful, Your Honor, because this will be part of how the Senate as a body will be deciding on what to do after the articles of impeachment shall have been read and presented before the body.
Yes, but Mr. President, nung in-issue kasi ninyo yung impeachment calendar last February, at least you were that detailed na sinabi niyo na po yung convening of the impeachment court. Ngayon sana po, nung diniper si June 2 appearance, sana pati po yung convening as an impeachment court, nasabi na rin when that is, para may idea.
Thank you for the opportunity to clarify. Since that is our last day, this representation has no intentions of actually convening the court on another day. Other than the 11th, unless the Senate as an impeachment court provides otherwise.
Hindi niya sinabi,
so we will
no?
be convening on that date, barring any unforeseen circumstances, barring any procedural
Hindi
motions that will be
sinabi.
made. And will be settled
Hindi
by
niya
the
pinaalam
president.
sa ibang senador. Ang nangyari nito, hindi niya pinaalam sa iba? Grabe ka.
Well, Mr. President, it was just ito lang for the consumption of our staff and secretariat. It was just pointed out to me that the rule that we mentioned earlier, second paragraph of Rule 3, yung first paragraph na it provides that nakapag-vote na. Nakapag-vote na ang member. So if that is now the dividing line, we have crossed the line. So, Senate na po ito as a court. So, tignan na lang po muli, Mr. President.
Mr. President, Your Honor, the first paragraph refers to consideration of the articles of impeachment. The second paragraph, we were not part of the Senate that wrote these rules. The first paragraph, it mentions the word consideration. The second paragraph mentions the word presentation. In terms of time, presentation should come first before consideration, although as it appears in our rules, consideration was mentioned first in the first paragraph and before presentation in the second paragraph. But in terms of order, Your Honor, presentation should logically come first before consideration of the articles of impeachment. And then there is nothing to consider unless presented.
And then in the next breath, it talks about the trial na.
Yes, again, we had no part in writing these rules.
Okay,
I
so,
would not want to undertake it as well because during those times, perhaps, this was apt and sufficient.
so Mr. President, maybe now,
Alam mo, sa totoo lang, magpapasalamat tayo dito kay Coco Pimentel. Talagang binubusisi. Talagang tinatanong niya talaga kung anong mangyayari dito. Kasi dapat yun to talaga eh. Bakit na delay? Inatras niya. Diba? Marami siyang mga kasabihan dito. Marami siyang usapin pa. Diba? Kaya dapat talaga malaman ni Coco Pimentel bakit hindi pinaalam sa kanya ang petsa na yan. Diba? At ngayon pa lang nalaman. Diba? Ngayon pa lang nalaman. Grabe, no? Talagang may kakaiba rito.
nagtatanong sa akin, nag-speculate pa ako na, just for the record, what is now the reason that His Honor has taken the initiative to reserve the June 2,
Diba?
2025, 4 p.m. appearance of the panel of Senators before the Senate and June 11, 4 p.m.
It was the letter addressed to Speaker Martin, copy furnished to all of the senators as well as Vice President Sara Duterte. Given the meeting we had at LEDAC with His Honor's presence, several bills needed to be approved and taken up before we finally could finish and wind up the 19th Congress. Meaning to say some bills need to be approved on second reading within the week today so that we can do third reading next week. Some bills have to be approved on third reading today and within this week so that bicameral conference committees can finalize and iron out the disagreeing provisions within the Senate House versions so that we would still have time next week to either ratify these bicameral conference committee reports or still do third reading in compliance with the constitutional requirement of 3 readings on 3 separate days, at least 3 days after it's approved on second reading.
So, sige, last question na lang, Mr. President. Per our rules or practice, how would we now react to the receipt of the articles of impeachment last February 5, 2025? How should the Senate, as a legislative body in plenary session, react to that receipt?
In line with Article 1 of our impeachment rules, which makes mention of the authority and responsibility of the President of the Senate, that is why I set the schedule for the articles to be read in plenary, which in turn would trigger, if at all, the creation of the impeachment court, which, if at all, would now proceed with the issuance of summons for the respondent or defendant.
Would not the impeachment complaint received last February 5, 2025 be included in the reference of business?
Galing ni Coco, no? Talagang binubusisi talaga ni Coco dito. Wala kang lusot dyan.
It will be included in the
Pa rin.
reference of business, yes. Supposedly today, kung natuloy tayo today, but on June 11, so that it can be included in the agenda for that particular
Well,
day.
that's my point, Mr. President. Kung i-reference of business, why are we not doing
Sagot.
it today? Anong damage yung gawin natin today?
Pwede rin naman, hindi pa tayo nagbabasa ng
Yes,
reference.
yun na. Pero are we doing it today? Kasi February 5, that's why I'm mentioning the date.
Oh, yan, no?
February 5.
Oh, lusot ka. Lusot.
So, can we include it in the reference of business today?
Pwede naman dapat ngayon.
Kasi
Eh.
parang mas normal eh. Mas normal yun eh. Kung
We will look into it, Your Honor. I tend to agree with this Honor's position. We will take it up with the Secretary.
it's just normal.
Yes, yes.
Kasi that's February 5 reporting out the day. Okay.
Sagot. Sagutin mo. Sagutin mo yan. Oh, pwede naman kung
Off the
tutuusin.
record, I explain the reason behind it, but I tend to agree with Your Honor, and I'll ask the Secretary to consider it. Because in the
Ay,
past, as I said,
nako.
it was the majority leader who read it, and
Wala siyang maisasagot kay Coco Pimentel na pwede naman dapat June 2. Oh. Wala siyang maisasagot. Diba? Kung tutusin, pwede ngayon eh. Pwede ngayong araw na ito. Hindi niya ginawa. Oh. Ngayon, may tuturo siya sa iba. Tuturo niya iba. Diba? Grabe.
and not the prosecutors, supposedly. So it was included in the reference of business, referred to the Rules Committee, and the majority leader was the one who reported it
the
out.
committee.
But now, even that is the prosecutors that will read the articles of impeachment.
Again, hindi ka
following
nakapanipaniwala.
US practice
Kiss.
and President, the Secretary told
Sinungaling
him that it will
ka.
be included in the agenda on that day because there is no referral to the Committee on Rules. But again, we will look into it and we will take the suggestion of the gentleman
Ay,
in light of
nako.
the points he raised in connection.
Di ba? Wala siyang magawa kay Coco. Dapat ngayong araw na ito, bakit hindi ginawa? O, ngayon, hahanapan niya ng bukas. Hahanapan niya. Grabe, no?
Because I believe there should have been also a letter accompanying the impeachment complaint. There must have been a cover letter from the House. So, parang ganun. So we can,
Only by the section, not by the Speaker nor any member of the House.
yes. It's a letter from the Secretary, also a communication from the House.
It was a covering letter only.
So I think this is just an opinion.
I tend to agree.
It's more natural that we report out if something happened last February 5, late evening of late in the session on February 5, something happened, we report it out So it's more natural if we report it out immediately, Mr. President.
I can agree, Your Honor.
That's my point.
I will take it up with the committee secretary.
So with that, Mr.
Pahiya
President,
ka.
thank you for
Napahiya si
Your Honor. I
Chis
just wanted
Escudero.
Thank you.
Yan, yan,
What is the
si
pleasure of the
Risa.
Honorable Ontiveros?
Salamat kami, Mr. President. Gusto kong magdagdag ng point dun sa binanggit pareho ng majority leader, ng minority leader at pati ng Senate President, yung references sa US practice and precedent. Kaugnay nung isa sa mga issue na pinag-usapan dito sa floor, kung pwede ba, kung dapat ba, mag-carry over yung impeachment process mula sa 19th Congress hanggang sa 20th Congress. And I would just like to put this on the record, Mr. President, galing po ito sa isang pyesa, authored ni UP Professor Paulo Tamase, nag-appear po sa June 2025 issue ng Philippine Law Journal. Sabi po dito, emerging issues in impeachment, page 19 dun sa journal, allowing impeachment to cross over Congresses is consistent with American practice. Following the practice of the United Kingdom, Thomas Jefferson's Manual of Parliamentary Practice states that, and quote, impeachment is not discontinued by the dissolution of Parliament, but may be resumed by the new Parliament, close quote. The U.S. Congress, na binanggit ng majority leader, ng minority leader at ng Senate President, the U.S. Congress has observed this for over 200 years, from the 1803 impeachment of Judge John Pickering to that of Judge Porteus in 2009. In Congress, impeachment proceedings are not discontinued by a recess. The following impeachment proceedings extended from one Congress to the next.
Yan.
5 pong halimbawa, Mr. President, sa article na ito, babanggitin ko lang yung pang-apat kasi yun pamilyar sa ating mga Pilipino. 4. The impeachment of President Clinton was presented to the Senate after the Senate had adjourned sine die. After, Mr. President, the Senate had adjourned sine die for the 105th Congress, and the Senate conducted the trial in the 106th Congress, Mr. President. So, for the record lamang po, dahil very, very pertinent sa binanggit ng majority leader, ng minority leader, at pati ng Senate President na following U.S. practice and precedent. And with one very recent concrete example po dun sa impeachment ni U.S.
Dapat
President
tuloy-tuloy.
Clinton. So I hope that we can consider this in our own decision-making, Mr. President, even after the rescheduled presentation by the House prosecutors
Dapat tuloy-tuloy
to the
yan.
Senate as an impeachment court on 11th June. Salamat kami, Mr.
Duly
President.
noted and entered into the records. Majority Floor Leader.
Iterate agad yun naman. Kaya ba yung sa
Nasabon si Chis Escudero ng mga magagaling ng mga senador, ano? Magaling si Risa at si Coco Pimentel. Nabilib ako sa kanila talaga. Sinabon si Chis Escudero. Mas marami silang alam at marami sila talagang nasabi. Pero si Chis Escudero talagang nga. Nga siya talaga doon Coco. Pinasa na niya dahil hindi siya makakasagot. Di ba?
Philippine Senate at US Senate kasi naiiwan sa US Senate tuwing mag-eleksyon may 67 senators, enough to constitute a quorum out of 100 senators and enough to convict or acquit. Sa atin po, 12 lang. At enough to have a quorum of 13 or so a number of 16 to convict or acquit. But with that present time, Mr. President, we have all the discussions done and I think this would really be part not just of the discussions but whatever case would be elevated to the Supreme Court would eventually be decided in the near term. Mr. President, I seek a minute suspension, Mr. President.
Session is suspended.
Di ba? Wala siyang magawa. Wala siyang magawa kay Risa at kay Coco Pimentel. No? Hanggang dito na lang. At nalalaman na natin ngayon na talagang pag ito ang magiging jury si Coco at si Risa dito, talagang sabon sila. Diba? Coco pa lang eh. Doon pa lang talagang pinipiga siya ni Coco na dapat yun to talaga. Ang dami niyang sinabi, ang dami niyang pinasa. Kaya malalaman na lang natin to, no? Dahil hindi talaga sila magwawagi dito. Pero kung hindi magwawagi, ang impeachment na hindi para dito, may mga hukos-hukos. Kaya marami talaga magagalit dito. Marami talaga magagalit. Kaya itong si Risa at si Coco, talagang nabilib ako sa kanila. Pinaglalaban talaga. Kaya maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Please mag-subscribe naman kayo. Master PH, i-like niyo po, mag-subscribe kayo, comment down below. Maraming salamat.